5 Low-risk investments in the UAE. Investments have different risk levels, and you need to be careful choosing the best investment that suits your risk profile. In this short video, we will discuss some of the most common low-risk investments in the UAE. At the end of this video, we will show you how you can invest in each option. 1. UAE National Bonds. National bonds are one of the safest and most affordable investment options in the UAE. The company is totally owned by the government of Dubai. You can buy national bonds with as little as 100 United Arab Emirates dirhams. National bonds have multiple safe investing options, and they have delivered decent returns over the past years. 2. International government and corporate bonds. Similar to UAE national bonds, U.S. and international governments and corporates regularly issue bonds when they need financing. Bonds have the following standard features. Maturity date. Each bond has a specific payback date that the issuing government or corporate promises investors to pay them back. Coupons. Bond coupon is the interest that the holder gets monthly, quarterly, or annually, depending on the bond type. 3. Fixed deposits in UAE banks. UAE banks pay interest in exchange for keeping your funds in the account without withdrawing them for a certain amount of time. Unfortunately, interest rates have been low for a couple of years in UAE and globally. Therefore, you can't expect to get more than 1% on your fixed deposit in most of the banks. Fixed deposits are one of the safest investments in the UAE. The only risk that you won't get your money back is the bank gets bankrupt, which is unlikely to happen. 4. High-yield saving accounts in UAE banks. Savings accounts in UAE banks and offshore offer a modest return on your money. Most banks' saving accounts offer less than 1% interest. However, it's a better option than leaving your money with no interest in current accounts. To get the best interest rates, always search for digital banks. This type of banks run most of their operations using artificial intelligence and chatbots, therefore, their operating cost is low. They can afford to provide high interest on saving accounts. 5. Money market mutual funds. Money market funds are pools of CDs, short-term bonds, and other low-risk investments grouped to create diversification without much risk and are typically sold by brokerage firms and mutual fund companies. Money market funds hold much lower risk than other mutual funds since they invest in very low-risk financial instruments. If you want to know how to invest in the option mentioned in this video, click on the blog link in the description box below. Like and subscribe if you would like to know more about saving and investing in the UAE.